Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Sagimet Biosciences Inc. filed an 8K, and I am seeing some shifts in leadership that could be worth watching. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. We'll dive into who is leaving and what it means for the company moving forward. Alright, so the big news from Sagimet Biosciences Inc. today is that they've had a change on their board of directors. Tim Walbert, who is a director on the board, has stepped down. The company states that his resignation is due to other commitments, and importantly, it is not because of any disagreement about how the company is being run, its policies, or its practices. This is usually a good sign, meaning there isn't any internal conflict boiling over. Beyond that, the filing also covers the results from their 2026 Annual Meeting of Stockholders, which also took place on the 12th of June 2026. It seems like a lot happened on that day. They had a virtual meeting, and we're getting the final voting tallies for proposals that were put to the shareholders. The company had about 32 million shares of Series, a common stock outstanding as of April of this year. First up, they held elections for Class III directors. Jennifer Jarrett, Ann Phillips, David Happel, and George Kemble were all re-elected to the board. They will serve until the 2029 annual meeting. Looking at the votes, David Happel and George Kemble received a very strong majority of 4 votes, with over 8.7 million votes each. Jennifer Jarrett also got a solid number of 4 votes, around 6.4 million. Ann Phillips had a good showing as well. With roughly 7.8 million for votes, there were quite a few withheld votes across the directors and a significant number of broken non-votes, which essentially means the broker holding the shares didn't have instructions on how to vote for those specific proposals. Next, shareholders voted on ratifying the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the 2026 fiscal year. The appointment of KPMG LLP was overwhelmingly ratified. For this proposal, nearly 19.1 million votes were cast in favour, with a very small number against just over 13,000. Abstentions were also minimal. This shows strong confidence in KPMG as their auditors. And finally, the report is signed off by David Happel, who is the Chief Executive Officer. This is important because he is part of the leadership team making these official filings. Now, tying this into what is going on in the market, Sagimet Biosciences Inc. is in the healthcare and biotechnology sector. It has a market cap of around $400 million in their stock. SGMT has been trading in a range between $4.5 and $11.41 over the last year, currently sitting around $6.48. The company is quite small, with only about 16 employees. Recent news mentions directors receiving stock options, which is a common way to incentivize leadership. But it's always good to keep an eye on how much dilution that might cause. Looking at the overall picture, the departure of a director due to other commitments isn't usually a major red flag, especially when the rest of the board is re-elected with strong support and the auditor is ratified with such a high margin. What I'll be watching is how this impacts the company's strategy and operations, especially given the small size of the team. The election results suggest a stable board composition for the next few years, which could provide some continuity. That is my take. Stay decoded. Like this video and subscribe for more, or join our Discord for deeper dives.